Thank you so much, all of you, for taking this time a day after Diwali. Really grateful to all of you for coming at such a short notice. After this PPT, if you have any question, you can ask, or I will ask you guys to share your takeaways and your thoughts on whatever my PPT is. Okay.
Sure, sure.
This is the topic. My niche is basically content writing, copywriting, but there is a thread line of communication and storytelling very finely ingrained in the
Mm.
whole thing. So that's why I wanted to, make it, all inclusive, because I know people don't include storytelling when they communicate. Many a times they forget about it. But
Mm.
why storytelling is so important, that's the reason why I'm doing this PPT. And because it's my niche, I'm a storyteller, I'm a communicator, I'm a copywriter, as well as a content writer. So, what is storytelling? It's a sequence of events which has an emotional arc, so that, and there is a change and progress in the protagonist or the character. You're using it to strategically tell and communicate a vital information about the business to ensure that it grows and survives. Storytelling is a crucial part of communication. It's the heart of what we touch, interpret, how we connect with other humans and fellow human beings. Stories are powerful to drive value and engagement in the companies, and they can also help you deliver key messages. It's one of the most effective and valuable tool to use. Next slide. So, how do you use storytelling in business? Companies create stories around their mission and vision statement. Even salespeople weave stories into their presentations to bring about that emotional connect with the customers. The speakers share their stories when they are making their presentations, and even managers use stories to inspire their teams to bring about changes in the business. Next slide. So, in business, storytelling is used A, to create company image and brand. Second, to make complex information memorable and easy to process. Evoke emotion as well as inspire action. Your company's story is important because it appeals to the customers. It endures change in technology and evolves with the time, and attracts new employees and helps current employees feel connected with each other. So these are the three basics of storytelling. First is that it has a structure, like the beginning, it has got a character, it's got the end, it's got drama in between. Second is four components of basic story arc, which is like the context, which is the first component of story arc. The second is the struggle, the character goes through some kind of a conflict. The third is there is a turning point that happens in the story, and then fourth is the solution or the resolution. There are three different types of stories. One is the real life story, which you can relate to your life and experiences. Second is inspirational, stories that inspire you to do something. And the third is informational, stories that communicate information about a business or a brand. There are three parts to a story. One is the problem statement, the second is the journey, and then comes the solution. Under problem, you basically focus on the issues that you identify in your industry. It could be any industry, it could be an auto industry, it could be a tech industry. The problem is the beginning of the story. The journey, how do you go about researching about a solution to this problem, and how did you develop your product and services? The third comes to solution. How will your product or service change the industry or solve the problem that the customers are facing? Storytelling in everyday business. You can weave your stories in everyday business communication in the following ways. When you're doing meetings with your clients or with your employees, when there is a project that is about to take off, when you're sharing the status update on your business, when you're sharing emails and social media communications, when you're giving presentations to your clients, or even when you're making the social media posts. Storytelling can be part of all these activities to share your brand story and your business story. Now, when it comes to copywriting, we all know how content writing and copywriting is important. It's like one thread that connects the digital marketing aspect of your business. Storytelling and copywriting are unbreakable. There is such a strong bond between these two that we often don't acknowledge it. Storytelling is one of the most effective copywriting strategies. A copywriter brings to the fore emotional aspect of change that persuades the audience to take action. There is a very strong bond between copywriting storytelling, as I mentioned earlier. Storytelling is regularly used in copywriting to increase engagement of the campaigns. And stories affect us on a very deep level and drive most of our decisions. So, as a copywriter, when you are persuading the audience, you are actually using the storytelling techniques because ultimately you want them to take action. You want them to hit on their emotions, and it's only when they decide, they basically take decision based on their emotions and not based on the logic or data or by seeing your numbers. So it's very, very important that copywriters affect the emotional aspect of the customer or your prospective customer, and it's there where the storytelling comes into picture. Now, these are the techniques and strategies of storytelling. First is that you make it relatable to the people, make it emotionally appealing, you engage the audience as if they are part of the story, and then you make it relevant. Now, these are the following 5 strategies that you use while storytelling. Basically, first is why you're telling a story and why you're telling the story now to the customers. Why I'm using the story and why it is important to share the story right now. What is the emotional turning point for your customers? The third comes the clear, the internal judgment critic and how you activate the memories and imagination of the customers. Tell only what happened. Don't go into details. Give the information first. And find and know your ending, how the story starts, what's the structure in between, and how it ends. Everything has to be part of your strategy. Now, what makes a story good or great? There has to be a theme, a moral, which is the lesson. Every story has got 3 important ingredients. One is the lesson, which is the teaching. Second is the emotion. And third is the connection, the human connection. The second is plot here, which is the conflict or the challenge. Third comes the structure, followed by character. You have to know your character very well and you have to describe them very well when you're weaving a story. And then there is a style and tonality to your storytelling. Make the audience feel for the story. It's only when they emotionally get connected to your story that they will actually take action. So choose every word, every sentence, and every paragraph very carefully. So, why are stories so effective? This is the last slide, guys. I wanted to tell you why I'm focusing so much on stories. Story is human mind actually relates to emotions much, much better than logic. They're able to absorb stories much better than data and numbers. Stories activate your frontal lobe of the brain, which controls the higher level thinking like reasoning, emotion, judgment, problem solving, taking action. And storytelling actually affects these part of the brain, and that's why it is so effective when you connect with humans, when you are telling the story of the business and brand, and actually when you want your prospective visitors to become customers. So with this, I would like to end my presentation, and I'm happy to take any questions and go into further discussions on this topic. We can just stop sharing this screen, Purnima.
Yeah, I'll do
Thank
that.
you so much.
Yeah, most welcome. Cool.
So, what are your thoughts on the PPT? You can start one by one.
So I'll start Vanna.
Sure, Karen.
Okay. The presentation was quite informative, and the transition of the topic was very well communicated.
Mm.
What I feel is if I can get some insight about copywriting, as an example, if you can tell me
Sure,
how to apply storytelling in copywriting.
sure. Okay. So, when
Yeah.
you're writing any kind of a copywriting, whether you're writing a sales pitch or you're writing any brochure or what, developing any kind of material which will be used as a copywriting, or even if you're making a Facebook post where you want your customers, you want people to become your customers. See, every brand and every story has some or the other kind of a beginning. For example, if I am the founder of a business, a company, There will be a story behind why I started this. How did I feel about this brand when I started? How did I feel about this business? And why do I want customers to engage and involve with me? For example, if my brand does not have a like a a rich past for of 10 years or 15 years, there I can personalize my story. Why am I part of this business, and how does this business relate to me? What has been my inspiration behind coming up with this whole idea? So you have to start with a story, and you have to make use of those words and paragraphs in such a way that you're hitting on the emotion part of the customers. So don't just keep it bland and say, oh, this is the company and we are doing this is the service that we are providing. But mention how your service or your product is changing the life of the customers, that you you're actually persuading them to buy and become your loyal customers. How will their life be impacted by what I am doing today? And what I am doing is why I'm doing what I'm doing today. Maybe I feel that I'll be able to change or bring about a change in the life of the customers. And if I believe that I can make changes, why do I believe so? So you have to convince your customer through the sentences and words that you are choosing as to why I am so sure that your life will be changed when you are using this service or product from that my business and company is providing. So your thought process, your belief, you have to start with why, basically why you believe in this product and service, and then connect how this why solves the problem of the customers that they are facing. So therein you have to bring in the story. Am I clear, Karen?
Okay. Yes, yes. And I think maybe on the personal front, when
Yes.
I was in the transition from employee to entrepreneurship, like
Hmm.
in this couple of months,
Yes.
the same thing like storytelling I applied by starting my timeline journey
Yes.
of from the time I was born
Hmm.
till I at the present stage. So what all
Sure.
things were there about my family, my education, what achievements, and then what are the thrillers in my life or the turning points of my life is what I showcase. So that is what now I relate. That was basically the storytelling in the copywriting form on social media. That's
Yes.
what I was when you now explain me. So I
Yes.
could connect the dots with that storytelling. What and it was people were seeing and hearing me out when I was putting on social media and. Now as an example also I tell them, let's see how I have told my story, you can also start, and then that will create in the minds of the customer that what are the hidden strength of yours and what you can deliver and how you have achieved something on your own. So that's what now I can relate the importance of storytelling in copywriting. That's what
Yeah. Thank you
maybe I
so
was not
much. Yeah. Yeah.
that's
No, I totally agree, because I think our life is a story in a nutshell. I would say that
yes,
we all
yes.
have so many different experiences right from the beginning, from the time that we remember, and we are living a story, and it's important that we tell our story to the world.
Yeah, and also just to add here,
Yes.
all the ads on television, for example, in that
Mm.
30-second or you know,
Yes.
I'm quite relating it to the profession that I'm in.
Yes.
Um, it's everything like that, right? Like what you said. You
Mm.
give a context, then you give a problem, then you say
Mm.
how you triumphed over it, and then how it has become all happy for you. I mean,
Exactly.
just give an example: the close-up ad.
Mm.
Okay, you have bad breath, you don't get a girl. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you do? You want to have a girl, so you want a girl and you don't have a girlfriend. That's a problem. So
Yes.
what do? You brush your teeth with this close-up,
Mm.
and then you are
Your
sparkling
problem is
white
solved.
teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, your problem is solved, and then you go on a date with a girl. Things like that. Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it just relates to all the Joes out there who are like, okay, I don't have a girl.
Yes.
Maybe bad breath is not their problem, but it just puts them in that thing and saying it, हाँ यार ये भी कर सकता हूँ, or fair and
Mm.
lovely and all of that. Everybody's banking on that
Mm.
problem, like you said, and saying that okay, let's hit that emotion.
Exactly.
And or uncle ka TV dabba and all of that stuff, right? I mean, Tata
Yes.
Sky did that ad.
Yes.
So you have a great HD TV, but if you don't take the HD connection from Tata Sky, your TV is as good as a dabba, and then they are playing on the or banking on the shame or inferiority complex of that uncle or whatever, everything.
Yes, yes. Completely
So
agree.
copywriting, yes, very very, it's difficult than writing a book, because in that 30 seconds or in that one ad copy, you have to get everything together,
Yeah.
use the right words, tug at the heartstrings, and then force people to take an action,
Yes.
ideally.
Mm.
Yeah. So I I connect the dots, and yeah,
Yes.
it's
And in
so
fact,
we see it
Purnima,
all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, in fact, Purnima, to add up to your example of what you gave, the smile करे Colgate and all this thing, brush करके जाओ. People were literally doing that. I could see
Yeah.
that. The people started
Yes.
first saying, "My breath is okay now," when they're going for that.
Correct. Or you take
Few
a
of my
Chlormint.
friends and all, I have seen them like, oh my god, the ad was really hitting everybody.
Yeah, even like a
Yeah.
small Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate has a story behind it.
Yes.
That
Hmm.
Auntie USA आई है, you're seeing these days on Tata Sky.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I mean, inadvertently there is a story. Sometimes we don't realize that
Absolutely.
they're trying to tell a
Yes.
story
Yes.
because we are just
Yeah.
driven by that emotion, and then we actually like
Yeah.
that story. Whether it was a Bajaj Auto story or a you know any bike story, there is always a story that
Absolutely. Yeah.
advertisers use it, but we don't realize it. We don't see the larger
Yeah.
picture there.
Yeah, we feel that we need the product, but it is actually the story which kind of has
Yeah,
stirred up those emotions, and now you feel ki karna chahiye.
bilkul. You
It's
don't
like,
realize that it has impacted you till the
yeah,
time you go and actually you buy that product. And then
yeah,
if you reflect how you saw that ad for the first time and you kept seeing it for a month on TV, and then one day you
yeah.
thought that let's buy this, let me check if it's good or not.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that time the advertiser was successful in converting you as a loyal customer. So that story was complete basically.
Yeah. I remember the Pulsar ad. Remember when it launched?
Yes.
It was definitely male was the campaign. So
Yeah.
I remember, because I'm like, ये कितना मतलब भद्दा looking bike है starting, मतलब it had a very big front thing and all of that stuff.
Yes.
And they said, oh, we are not any Tom, Dick, and Harry bike. We are definitely male, so we are different. Or Axe for that matter. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm giving you all advertising examples, but
No,
there.
I totally relate to it, Purnima. Yeah.
So there is storytelling. There is one gentleman called Indranil Chatterjee, I think, or Chakrabarti.
Okay.
Okay, he has a book called Stories at Work. So his whole funda is about this. He gives he has workshops and everything, and he's also written a book, and he actually gives examples of how telling a story sticks to people, and
Exactly.
he uses it in corporates and all, like you said, right? I mean, in project meetings and all of that stuff, it's it gets all the team to believe in to believe in whatever is in front of them, because there are some stories and all of that stuff. So this is great, Vandana. Thank you so much. Productive
Thanks.
use of the Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, actually, see, whenever there is a presentation, if you must have seen people go and give Google Analytics presentation. So how many figures and facts do we remember? Kitna conversion hua? How many customers? Maybe we'll remember one or two if there's like 100%. But ultimately, by the end of the meeting or maybe a day after, you will not remember those figures. But if those things starts with a story saying that, we have this one customer who was doing this, you will definitely remember that story. You cannot forget that story. So as humans, we are always looking for that connect, and we don't get that connect in a data or a number. We get that connect only in a story. So Sanjay, do you have anything to
Avi
add?
Arya.
Yeah, continue please.
No, I'm saying Avi Arya and SIDS and all of that. they keep on hammering the same story, right? I mean, now you know that, okay, fine, say there's a college dropout, he had a grandfather, everything. And like, okay, yeah.
So there is a story, like you see all these digital marketers and you know a story behind how they started.
Absolutely. And they keep hammering it. It's not like ek baar bol diya to bas khatam.
Every webinar they'll speak.
Yeah. So Kulwant Nagi, you know that how he had struggled for 2 years and this happened and how he woke up one day and he saw a lot of this thing, and you living with him, the story. You live with you see him as a struggler. You feel that fine, even he was a struggler, so maybe I am a struggler, it's okay, I will also reach there. So you become a part of their journey at some point.
So that visualization starts coming, that imagination starts entering into picture. We imagine Kulwant Nagi living in Haryana, not a very great family, but then after consistently struggling for 3-4 years, he does it. Sanjeet, do you have something to add?
Yes, actually, I was like listening to all of your viewpoints first.
Okay.
Then I could say something. So yeah, I think I agree with like all of the points, like how storytelling is, completely woven in like ads, as Purma said, and of course, like Karen said, like using storytelling, you can tell about your story and and get some connection with your like prospective clients. They will get to know you better, then they will want to do like business with you, because then know your whole story, like how you like come up till here, and of course big like people like Aviaria, they always tell the same story before every webinar and everything.
They bring in their family to the fore, to the audience, because we all know that family is something that is so emotionally connected to us. So that's the part, their family, there's something that they're really passionate about, and then comes the work. So family se start karke, emotion ko tap karke, and then they come to work, and then they say why digital marketing is so important. So thank you so much, Sanjeet, for sharing that. And any other question?
Vanna, can I ask you one more if there is time?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. In blog, when we write a blog, how can we do storytelling there? Because the words are limited, or because what I see, Digital Deepak, he does a very big blogs and all. But is it necessary every time we need to do such big blogs, or in a brief, how we can tell the storytelling in and convey the message in the blogs?
Sure, why not? So I'll give you an example. Last week I just wrote a very short blog of 530 words or something, that was on life of minimalism, and I related it to it was just a blog, and I just wanted to write because we are living in very difficult times, COVID, and where we are going out only when there is like required to buy things. So basically we are doing away with things that we already have. We are not overspending, and that is a big lesson that COVID has taught all of us. So I started writing it was on how you should lead a life of minimalism. Don't overspend, don't waste so much. But I included myself in that blog, saying that how COVID impacted me personally. And at the global level also, we saw people stopped going outside and just they were content with whatever they had. And how this idea of minimalism actually, we all have started reflecting on it, that why we are wasting so much. And now when the Diwali comes, we all start clearing the clutter from our home, and then we realize, oh my god, why have we bought so many things over the period of time which we don't need? So you see the thread of COVID and minimalism, and then Diwali, and my own story, that how for the last 8 months I stopped going outside. I did not go to the mall to buy an extra t-shirt or a lower for myself or anything else, and how we even visited the grocery store only when we actually needed things. So it was just like a thread of story that I started, but I conveyed the message of minimalism, how you can live a life of minimalism and happiness.
Okay.
So in the same way, take that one message that you want to give in your blog. Even if you're writing a 300-word blog, I'm sure the headline, through headline, you're trying to convey that one particular message. What is that message, and why is that message relevant to you? And why do you think that that message should be relevant to the customers who or the readers who is going through your blog? There is a connect. But if it is relevant to you, I'm sure it's relevant to others as well. But it is relevant to you for some reason. I'm sure there is a story behind it, why it is relevant. So pick that one message and just weave your blog, no matter how many words it is, even if it's a 300, 400 words long. You just have to make that connection with the right words and right sentences.
Okay.
That is what I feel is the best way to go. Just start with the message and don't include 3-4 messages in one blog. One particular blog should have one message, so that
Okay.
you start with it and you again reiterate it towards the end, so that your customer again remembers, okay, this is the message that Karen wanted to start with. When I read the headline, I got hooked with the headline. She told me a wonderful story in the first paragraph, and in the end she is again reiterating the same thing, that okay, this is the message that she wants to convey through this blog. So I think that's the way to go. Is it clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. If there is no other question, shall I conclude?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So thank you so much, Purnima, Karen, and Sanjeet for joining this webinar. It was wonderful having questions from you, and I felt so good making this presentation on storytelling, copywriting, something which was always in my mind, that how I used to tell people I'm a storyteller, but I'm also a copywriter and a content writer, but I couldn't connect the thread. And now it's so much clear to me, and I know that whenever I'm writing something, I always look for stories. But it's very, very important that we convey the same message to others as well, that no matter what you're communicating, how you're communicating, if there is an element of story into your communication, you're surely going to have a huge impact.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Bye all of you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Thanks.
Thank you.